And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Geno.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Smith. It's caught. Block it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Smith. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, If he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. To throw is Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
A give for Walker running right.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
An option handoff given to counter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
First down, Murray.
They'll get this to Coleman.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing on first down is Murray. On the screen, this is Coleman. They find some open field here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Murray now. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Again, they'll throw with Murray.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
From the gun,
and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Oh, the slant complete to Green. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Murray now on 1st down. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Murray again. This is counter. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Murray off play action. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They run behind center with Conner. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
He'll drop this down to Coleman. Touchdown! Tevin Coleman from 10 yards out. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Back to throw, Murray. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Murray to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. To throw is Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Murray to air it out again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. This to get it back to a 1-score game. Prater's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Walker with another carry.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Murray, one final try. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And the Seahawks are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?